And this is what I know. It is time to take the limits off. Listen, y'all. I keep getting these downloads. Last night I was listening to a couple of YouTube channels. And I promise y'all, have y'all ever been listening to something? One of them, I call him Brother Michael, but the name of his channel is Church Life. And another one I've been listening to is Doe Dash. She does door dashing, or I think she still does it. But anyway, I was getting these downloads as they were talking. You know how you can listen to something and the download comes like they are talking directly to you. And then there are times where you could just listen to something and it's more like inspiration, motivation. No, these words, and it wasn't just those two. I got a third one today, and I can't remember the young lady's name because I like to give people their credit. So when I get her name, I'll put her, shout her out. But then I got a confirmation today from another lady. And the download I've been getting is that it's time to take the limitations off. Take the limits off. I'm talking to me too, which is why I think I feel like on fire, like ready to go, like ready to do what I'm supposed to do with no limits, like with no worries, with no fear when it comes to making these videos. You know what I'm saying? And it's a specific group of people I'm supposed to be talking to. You know, when I first started my channel, I thought it was okay. I know it was to share what I know. I knew that's the first download I got from God, is share what you know, share your wisdom with people, with what you know. People need you right now. People need you. You are needed. Okay? Then it hit me like it's people in my generation, maybe those that are a little bit younger. You know what? Here's the funny part. Let me tell you about God. How funny he is. First of all, I've been lying about my age for 30 years. Almost. Maybe about 20, 25. But anyway, here lately, I have been having to confess the truth, which is I am 53. Last year, my fiance made a whole post about my birthday. Or maybe it was, when was it? Anyway, he put on there that I was 35. So, oh my God, he put on there that I was 35. Not one person said anything like, what you doing dating a 35-year-old or 20? One year he put 29. That might have been this year when he put that I was 29. Not one person was like, why are you dating a 29-year-old? But anyway, I've been lying about my age for so long, it feels weird to tell the truth. I am 53. Now back to my message. I'm 53, and I feel like the demographic, it is a feeling. It is a feeling. It is a feeling that I've been given. The demographic of people I am supposed to speak to are around my age. Around my age, maybe a little bit younger. I am 53. So for all of you 45ers and up, 50 and up, listen, y'all got to take the limitations off of your life. I'm in the same generation as you. So I truly do understand the limitations that were put over us. The way we were raised was to do it this way, do it that way. We were raised to do what we were told. And that's because our parents were raised to do what they were told. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's called discipline. There's nothing wrong with raising your kids to be disciplined. My mama did a hell of a job of raising all three of us, me and my sisters, to be self-disciplined. You know, like we work hard, we do what we need to do, we be on top of our stuff, period, point blank, period. That's it. You know, we're clean, you know, we maintain a household well, you know what I'm saying? Like, She did a great job in that area. What our parents' generation did not allow us to do was really follow our heart's desire, because they didn't know anything about that. So don't hold it against them. They only taught us what they knew to be true, and that was, you do it this way in order to succeed. So all of us 50-year-olds and up think, or we thought, we understand now, we've been duped. We understand now that we didn't get the full truth. But we were taught to do it this way, and this way is to listen to your parents. You only speak when spoken to. You know, that's it, that's all. Like, our parents were very straight and narrow. Like, that Bible verse, to walk the straight and narrow, it was taken to the umpteenth thousand power with our parents and us being on the straight and narrow. You walk the straight and narrow, you do it this way, and don't talk back and don't have no opinion. You ain't got nothing to say about it, period. Shut up. Okay? But I'm telling y'all that what that did to our generation was it made us think in the box. It made us keep limits on our what we think is possible. And I'm telling y'all, I'm here to tell y'all, I got this download to tell y'all so much more is possible for you. And most importantly, it is not too late. Most importantly, it is not too late. It is not too late. You know what? I think a big hindrance is, I think a big hindrance for us is we don't believe. You know, we were religionized. I don't even know if that's a word, but I'm gonna make it one right now. We were given so much religion that it made us, you know, you're supposed to have the fear of the Lord. Well, we were brought up, our generation, we were brought up to fear, period. Like, period. You just be scared to do anything outside that box. And so we were brought up with a lot of fear. Now, you know, I hate to take it way back, but if you think about our parents' generation, their parents' generation, and then their parents' generation before that were slaves. Okay? I think my grandmother might have, no, she wasn't born into slavery, but it had only been like, it had, you know, she wasn't born into slavery, but her mother was, I believe. I'm pretty sure. Okay? But it hadn't been that long when my grandma was born, and coming up, it was, we were still treated like slaves. And so we were taught to do what we were told, stay in the box, and don't go outside of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to tell you that the veil is being lifted. The truth is being shown. And we don't have to stay in a box. You truly, truly are free. And the crazy part about it is, even though we're free, a lot of us in our minds still act like we are enslaved. And the only enslavement going on here is in your mind. I do know this, that once you believe, I mean really believe, that whatever you want, I almost said within limits. I'm sorry, y'all. I know that when you believe whatever you want, and the reason I was gonna say, let me do this disclaimer. The reason I was gonna say within limits is because I was thinking, I cannot go be a basketball player, so I can believe that all I want. It ain't gonna happen. But anyway, what I'm saying is, it has to align up with who you are, who God created you to be. And if you believe that God has given you purpose on this here earth, and it is way bigger than where you are right now in life, and it's doing much more than what you're doing right now, and it will make you much happier. It'll give you a sense of fulfillment, peace, joy, accomplishment. And if you feel like that, you got something else for God, from God for you to do. It's the truth. You just gotta believe it. Like, do you really really think that you have an imagination and you imagine yourself doing this or that just because? Why is that? Why is it that when you think about, I'm gonna do, I used to imagine me doing this, or imagine me, or you think about, what if I would have done this? I always wanted to become that. Why do you think when you think like that, there is a opposing thought, and that thought makes you feel something good, right? It makes you feel something good. It uplifts you inside. You feel a sense of joy when you talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Why do you think when you have those thoughts about your aspirations, about, your dreams, what you imagine yourself to be or become or do, why do you think not long after that there is an opposing thought that will come against that? Like, ain't nobody gonna listen to you. You can't do that. Nah, I'm tripping. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that little opposing voice comes into play? You know why? Because, I'm going to tell you why. Because God has something greater for you. But there is an entity called the enemy. The enemy. There's an inner enemy that comes against you. And that is the real true challenge for most of us to get through, is to get past that inner enemy that wants to keep you in a place of comfort, so-called comfort, because the truth is you might feel comfortable, so-called comfortable, but have you ever thought you're not really comfortable? You're just familiar. The space or place that you're living in, you're just familiar with it. Have you thought about that? Like, I know this where I'm at. I know my job. I know how to do it. I've been doing it for 25, 30 years. I know what I'm doing. But if I could really have done what I wanted to do, I would have been A, B, C, or D, or E, or Z. You know what I'm saying? So have you ever considered that maybe you are comfortable, and leaving that comfort zone? Ooh, child, that comfort zone, leaving that comfort zone is scary, because you don't know what's out there. If you leave your comfort zone, you don't know what you're gonna face. You have no idea, and that's a scary feeling. But I'm here to deliver a message to you. And that message is, do it scared. That message is, you'll never know if you don't step outside of what you're familiar with. That message is, even if you think ain't no way, what if there is a way? What if it works? Have you ever thought, what if it works? What if it works? I'm doing these videos right now with a belief. It's here. It's here. With a belief that it will work. Because you know what? God put that in me. He gave me that message. He said, take the limits off. Take the limits off, and then go and tell others to take the limits off. See, there's no way I could bring this message to you if I wasn't already taking the limits off. Because truth be told, that old me, that old self, wants to believe it ain't true. It ain't possible for me. That old me, that old self, that scary Sherry, she want to keep me like, maybe it won't work. Maybe it will. See, the old me is gone. The new me is filled with spirit. The spirit of belief. The spirit of knowing. It's God. So don't look at it like you looking at Sherry speaking to you. How about, and what if it's possible that God is speaking through me to you? To give you a message. To take the limits off. Take the limits off. Dream big and go for it. You will grow from it. You will get something from going for it. You will get something out of it. And I'm telling you, I know this for a fact. But if you don't try, you'll never know. And also, you can't quit when you come across, when you encounter obstacles, because they're coming. Something must come against you when you decide, I'm going to do something different. There's always an opposing energy to your great, positive, believing energy, your God spirit. There will always be an opposing entity, energy that comes to test you. I hate that word test, but I don't know what other word to use because it comes to actually, it's coming to actually show you you. So if you back down, that's really who you are in that moment. But faith of a mustard seed will take you so far. So if you don't back down, and in each time that thing comes against you, and each time you use your faith, and you're like, nope, I'm going to keep going, 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 I'm going to keep going. And sometimes you stumble like, oh God, oh my God, I almost fell. And instead of getting discouraged, you're like, let me wipe this dust off and keep going. Faith is like a muscle. The more you use it, the more you hold on to it, the more you become repetitive with it, the stronger it becomes. Because you know why? The reason it gets stronger is because the more you use your faith, the more you believe that God will take you to places that you never imagined, the more he will show up and start showing you, yep, I can. It might be one little thing that just shows up and you like, whoa, you know, like, oh my God. This is real. This is really happening. God can take you to places you've never imagined. So take the limits off of yourself. Take the limits off of your God self. That means taking the limits off of God. Because God don't have no limits. There are no limits to God. If he puts something in you now, he ain't going to, like I was saying earlier, he's not going to put me out on the basketball court and be like, you're going to be a WNBA star. You have to know what gift God is giving you to share with the world. So if you don't know, ask God. Ask God, because guess who know you better than you know you? The one who created you. Take the limits off. That's the message that I'm supposed to give to you today. Take the limits off and just start. Make a decision right now. I'm going to start. All right? All right, y'all. That's my message today. Y'all have a blessed day. See you in the next video. Bye.